Cup back in the hands of Manchester United.
For Swindon and Notts County, tonight is all about the prize of Premiership opposition in the third round. But it's over 13 years since the oldest league club in the world beat opposition from a higher division in the oldest cup competition of them all. And it's 13 years since Swindon's last away win in the FA Cup. Something has to give. Months since Notts County came out of administration, so they're happy to be alive. But kicking on from that has proved difficult. Relegated last season, they're now flirting with danger in League Two. Swindon have big ambitions in the league. They were playoff contenders last season. They've lost their last 10 FA Cup away games, and they want to put that right. Nottingham Forest have suffered a traumatic season. Across the Trent, County have suffered years of distress. High time some light was brought to the city. It's an FA Cup Round 2 replay. Notts County from League 2 against Swindon of League 1, and it has to be settled tonight. Only one place remains to be filled in the third round of the FA Cup. Notts County or Swindon will be left standing tonight, and the reward will be a home tie against a Premiership team, Middlesbrough. Neil Warnock guided Notts County to the top flight of English football 13 years ago, and he's no stranger to barnstorming FA Cup runs. That's hard to believe now, isn't it, 13 years ago, when you're in the top division and pitting your wits against Brian Clough across the Trent. It's been a pretty sorry tale since then, hasn't it?
I said it would be if they sacked me. But serious, we did exceptionally well for two or three seasons there. I had great success, and it was good to go across the Forest, like you say, on a same level as them, and some great times. Good cup runs as well, you know, we enjoyed cup runs.
And it's good to see Notts County alive, apart from anything else. And in the FA Cup, round 1, they had a win over Woking, 2-0. Pretty comfortable, really, in the end, I suppose. And you expect them to beat Woking, wouldn't you?
You would, yeah, but you know, these teams, you're just glad as a manager when you get through, and I think Hursty gets put. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. Have you? Tackle like that?
Rugby tackle. John Boardman got sent off for that, not surprisingly, yeah. Neil.
I think he's playing for the Wasps now, London Wasps. It's definitely a penalty, wasn't it?
And Julian Bode scored from the spot for them. But they had to wait till extra time for Gavin Gordon to make it 2-0, but in the end they got through against the conference team.
There's a good, I think, a good ball in from Scully here, and he makes a good, well-timed run, and it's a decent header.
So that was round 1, victory for Notts County. Victory for Swindon in round 1 was against Sheffield Wednesday. Now, do you want me to talk about this?
I was delighted with the result on the day.
Brian Howard, Steve Jenkins, David Duke and Christian Roberts, the goal scorers. The first one there direct from a corner, but Sheffield Wednesday had a torrid time against Swindon over 17 days. They scored 7 goals, Swindon, past Sheffield Wednesday.
The best thing was, George, apparently they played very well as well. Sheffield Wednesday played well in both games, but ended up in heavy defeats, and you know, I think they were all disappointed at what happened. But some good goals, weren't they? When you look at them here, this is the last one, and he just takes it on and whacks it in.
Swindon would love a cup run, but after last year getting so close, they'd want to be up there again in the league, wouldn't they?
I think so, but I think from Swindon's point of view now, and the money that's situation with Middlesbrough the next time, this has got to be an important game, really. You know, they're not going to be, you know, flying away with automatic promotion. So I think the FA Cup for Swindon be a massive game tonight for them.
In the first meeting between these teams, Swindon won, Notts County won. Stefan Oak's goal in the second minute of added on time just kept Notts County in this time.
Yeah, I think they deserved it as well. You know, that's the Swindon goal.
Yeah, Sean O'Hanlon.
And he took it well in the, you know, quite a crowded goal mouth there. Bad market, a bit like watching Sheffield United defend that. And then this is right at the death, but he strikes it, you know, for a defender. Hits it really well, and they deserved a replay. And Richardson was saying, you know, they had 1 or 2 good chances that night.
And Stefan Oakes, and we've seen Glyn Hurst score, who the top scorer, Glyn Hurst, but both have had the flu and both are on the bench this evening. Is that a case where a manager thinks, well, they're two of my best players, but they've had the flu, they've had a virus. I need them on the bench for 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe.
I think so. I think you may see half-time or even after an hour. I think, they might get away with extra time looming as well. I think he's just been a little bit careful today. They must have, only the manager knows how bad they've been, but, two of the better players, and they have got one or two others out. I think it's important to have them on the bench.
And so Gavin Gordon comes in, former Cardiff player, replacing Glyn Hurst. Big lad?
You get what you see with Gavin. I tell you now, George, the manager won't know how he's going to play, which Gavin Gordon's going to turn up today. I've seen him have 90 minutes in one game that I watched where he was outstanding, and I've seen him non-existent. So he's got enormous ability, and he definitely can score goals, but he's got to get his head right, and we've got to see the real Gavin Gordon in here.
Would it be one of the kind of strikers who you wouldn't want to give too much time to in front of goal?
No, I think if he hasn't got time, I think I know it sounds like, but I think lower down, if you haven't got time, you take the opportunities. It's when you have a lot of time and you've got to think about what you're going to do, and he's sort of instant there with his finish, and here, he's not got to think about it, just get it on target. And he's a handful when he's on fire, when he's on form, and Notts County got to hope that he really feels up to it tonight, because he's an important part with Hursty on the bench tonight. He's been the other partner who's scoring the goals.
So better instinctively taking his chances than giving him options, as it were.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, but very good ability, and Cardiff. I remember him playing against Leeds in that cup tie. I think he's seen it all and done it all. It's just a lot of players like that. We've got them at every club there are, and how far do they want to go? And it's within their own mind. It's managers that can only do so much. Eventually you've got to put something in yourself to really push yourself.
With that in mind, I'm interested in what your thoughts are on Sam Parkin, who's only 23 and has caused a lot of scouts to head towards the county ground to have a look at him, ex-Chelsea of course, and has scored a lot of goals for Swindon. He's better than 1 in 2 for Swindon.
Well, it's no secret that I've looked at him myself. John Harley, who plays for us, is one of his best mates, and he keeps pushing me. I think he wants to room with him or something like that, but he's got a great potential. You see a few goals here, and not just with his head. It's a good ball in here from the lad Killing it is, and he's there to finish off left foot, right foot, header. He's got all the attributes. He's another one. You just feel like, how far can he go? And he's got an important next couple of years, I think, this lad, because he has got all the attributes for a good centre forward, and a lot of clubs at our level are looking at him, as we talk. So I'm sure there'll be a few scouts there tonight.
Yeah, his record is 10 goals this season, 23 last season, 26 the season before that.
You can't argue with that, can you, George? It's a good record for any division, and he's been at the top level as well, so he's had some good grounding and good schooling. So once again, it's down to the lad. I saw him play last year in this fixture at Notts County, and he was anonymous. But it's one of those things that you just hope that he's going to perform if you're Andy King.
We saw an FA Cup recently, Bristol City against Brentford, which went to extra time and everything else in penalties, and they were exhausted by the end of it, and both went off and lost at the weekend. This isn't quite as close to the weekend, but would both managers be wanting to finish this off as quickly as they can tonight?
I think when you get extra time looming, as a manager, you're always thinking about the league. It's the chairman and the financial people who want the FA Cup runs. I mean, from my own point of view, I always wanted to get out of the cups early on in my career and get on with the league, the bread and butter, but you don't want extra time, because with a small squad and there's a number of injuries from both teams, they'll not want to put the lads through, and neither put us through it as well, George. They all want to get in normal 90 minutes.
Let's hear from both of them then. Ian Richardson is the caretaker player manager of Notts County. Andy King, the manager of Swindon, both talking to Greg Whelan.
Ian, given all the financial problems this club has had to overcome in recent years, what difference would it make to you to win this tie tonight?
I make a massive difference for us. Obviously, it's been well documented, the finances at the club, and obviously if we can win the tie, it's going to make us a fair few quid.
Now, having done well to bring Swindon back here for another game, do you think you've got something of a psychological advantage? Last-minute equaliser, of course.
Yeah, I do. I mean, their away form's not the best. We've been playing quite well at home, and I thought we should have got something down there.
What can you take from the performance at the county ground?
I could take a lot from it. It was a well-committed performance. We created a lot more chances than them, and I was disappointed we didn't win the game.
You start with a weekend side tonight. Stephen Oakes and Glyn Hurst both on the bench.
Yeah, they're both on the bench. They've both been ill. Obviously, they've had sickness and they've not been eating properly for the last 2 days, so I just think it's a bit of a risk to start them.
Andy, in terms of your season as a whole, how big is a game is this tonight?
Nothing in terms of the season. You know, it's not a division game, it's an FA Cup game. In terms of finances and what's the rewards of this game, it's massive. It's the biggest game we've played this season. It's a big game for the club because both clubs need the finances. Make no mistakes, we're no less in that category than Notts County are. So in that sense, but not the league. You know, we go to Bournemouth on Saturday. That's more important than the league status. But for the financial and rewards and for the club to move on, it's a massive game.
But you've been talking about this game tonight as a means of kicking on your season. Well,
yeah, in that sense, but then any football game, you know, we played a game in the Wiltshire Cup on Monday night. I wanted them to perform there and play well there. Unfortunately, never. Any game you play football is a chance to for a manager to see things and players to prove to a manager certain situations. This is no different to that, but it's a big game. It's you know, it's TV cameras here. It's a chance to express yourself, show ourselves in front of the nation that at this level we can entertain, and we should have more on the television than all the premierships.
You faced them once already, of course. What kind of test are you expecting tonight?
Well, I think the threat's there. You know, in the result last time it was 1-1. We played poorly on the day. All credit to them. They didn't give in. They kept coming. I think they got the rewards in the second half of the equaliser. You could say a different game. You know, it's on them a little bit tonight to take the game to us. They're at home. They feel this is their opportunity to go through. We can't play no worse. We've come in a positive manner. We're starting with a positive lineup with 3 up front. Just hope it's a positive game.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Who do you think are the underdogs tonight, Neil?
I think Notts County are still the underdogs. I think they have got that bit of quality, Swindon, but the FA Cup is such a leveller that, you know, I think you could toss a coin at the moment. I think it's who fancies it the most, really. And like he says, Andy's starting with a very positive lineup with 3 strikers. And, you know, with missing 1 or 2 of the main players for Notts County, you've got to think they'll be happy to start without conceding an early goal, really, I think. Because they will have a go. They'll have a go and push people forward, and they have got some quality, but on paper, very much so, Swindon.
Will they be thinking about the attraction of Middlesbrough as well in round 3?
I think the boardrooms will. I think the boardroom tonight in there, I know 1 or 2 of them that'll be in there, and some of the directors will definitely be thinking, please, you know, because it's a massive boost for both clubs, really, and they're both, you know, stretched financially, as everybody is in these modern days.
And the fans absolutely love the FA Cup still, don't they? And the prospect of bringing Middlesbrough to town.
I mean, I'm the same, really. You know, like we start in January, I know we've got a difficult one against Villa, but, you know, I want to win every game in the FA Cup. It's something that you can't ever repeat, really. It's a fantastic the best in the world. I don't think there's a better competition in the cup competitions in all the world. It's just got that aura about it, isn't it?
Big night for the players. Let's join our commentators. It's Chris Kamara and Martin Tyler.
Thank you, George. It can be summed up, really. Will it be Macclesfield here on January the 8th or Middlesbrough in the 3rd round of the FA Cup? Quick check on the teams for you. Ian Richardson had a head count this morning to check injuries and illness which have threatened to decimate his squad. The player manager is on the casualty list himself. There was some good news in the recovery of Kelvin Wilson at the back, and Paul Bolland in midfield and Gavin Gordon up front have completed suspensions. But as you've heard, Stephen Oakes, whose equaliser set up this replay, and top scorer Glyn Hurst have both been ill. The best they can manage is the bench. So 20-year-old Sean Harrod is called in for his first full game of the season. And Andy King, also hit by illness. Steve Jenkins, a former Notts County captain, fell ill today. So 37-year-old Alan Reeves, who doubles as the reserve team manager as well as a player, gets a very late call. Sammy Igo felt a back injury on the bus up here, but he gives it a go. And you've heard about Sam Parkin, the top scorer. Well, he has an impressive record against tonight's opposition. 5 goals in 7 games. Chris Kamara.
Well, both sides have got some interesting shapes tonight. It's 3-5-2 for Notts County. When you see the 3 Notts County central defenders tonight, they'll have a man up against them. So there'll be nobody spared, despite the fact that they are playing with the 3. Every one of them will have a man to mark. In midfield, that's where they'll have the advantage over Swindon. Can they make that count with Scully and Palmer? One of those could be free at any given situation. And up front, Gordon and Harrod have got the 3 to contain them, but can they push them back? Swindon, it's the 3-4-3 as you see there. Those 3 strikers that I mentioned, Igo, Parkin and Roberts, up against those 3 Notts County centre defenders. Where they're a little bit short is in midfield. It's going to be Duke, Howard, Hewlett and Garrard. They're going to have to work overtime to stop the spare man. One of those, Duke or Garrard, is going to have to track back at every opportunity to pick up the 2 wide men of Notts County. At the back, it's not too bad for them. Haywood, Reeves and O'Hanlon, they should be okay with the 2.
Well, a couple of surprise selections at differing ends of their careers. Sean Harrod at the outset of his, Nottingham-born, loaned out to Tamworth earlier this season, where he scored some goals but also got sent off. And Alan Reeves pressed into service at the 11th hour, and I'm not sure whether the manager remembered that on Monday night, 48 hours ago, Alan played 2 hours in the Wiltshire Senior Cup semi-final second leg, had to take a penalty in the shootout as well, so it's a real test of his stamina. He might have to go 2 hours again here. So the oldest professional football club fighting for a jackpot of a place in the third round. And I must say, the Nottingham area needing a lift in football terms, with Forest as well as County in the doldrums. Swindon in blue tonight. And the 1-1 at Swindon's county ground means a pre-Christmas bonus at the Meadow Lane home of Notts County, a club that was on the brink of expulsion from the Football League a year ago. They handed out 5,000 free tickets here on Saturday to say thank you to the fans who stood by the club when the Nottingham Magpies were in such a perilous position. First slight scare for Swindon. Sean O'Hanlon, who was getting rave reviews, just getting a block in at the nick of time. And Hayward, the third of that central defensive three, with Reeves just in the middle there of the trio. Matthew Gill's throw. The goalkeeper's dropped it. Good moment for Rhys Evans.
Well, it's his own player as well. It's not as if it's the opposition player that gets in his way. They're both going for the same ball. He obviously didn't call loud enough.
A lovely playing surface here at Meadow Lane. Brian Kerson had an eye on last night's replay with Hinckley, his local club, involved. Is the way in the early rounds. He gets the replay, having taken charge of the first game. Head on by Gordon, but the flag goes up. But they've got bright young players looking for good movement in support of Gavin Gordon.
Really tight corner. Really tight. Assistant practicing the arm movement already.
Evans, the goalkeeper, who comes from Swindon but started his professional career with Chelsea. By one of the veterans involved, Mickey Whitlow, an old teammate of Chris Kamara's. Certainly at Leeds. Anywhere else?
No, only at Leeds. Good lad. Whitlow, excellent throw.
Lady Duke with the throw. Put it into Sammy Igo. Let's keep an eye on him to see just whether he's got full movement. Back problems can be very restricting in terms of trying to play an FA Cup tie. They're doing the chasing. Ball's gone out. Here's Palmer. Who is one of the regulars not afflicted by injury or illness. It's been very difficult for Ian Richardson to try and piece a team together for this vital match. Matthew Williams in there. Palmer tries again. He's quick and inventive coming from the left-hand side. And Luke Garrett is only 19. It was his man of the match against Doncaster on Saturday. Couldn't stop the cross coming in. Another awkward moment for Evans.
Fantastic ball. It really is a brilliant ball. Just watch the area this is played into. The forward, the striker's got to go for it. He tries to hook it. The goalkeeper, Rhys Evans, does well.
Over Whitlow. Cleared by David Pipe, who's a right back really, but having to play in the middle of a defensive three. But, at the moment, and it's something that maybe Ian Richardson will think about, they are 3 up against the 3 back for Swindon. Here's Gordon. Paul Bolland doing well.
To be fair, Martin, the advantage is with Notts County at the moment because they're on top of the game. Swindon are a man short defensively because they've got the 3 strikers, and that's why they're able to impose themselves on the game at the moment.
Remarkable from 20 second round ties. This is one of only 3 that needed a second instalment. And the other 2, they've been home wins for Swansea and for Brentford, and this is for the final place in the last 64 of this season's FA Cup.
If the central defenders can handle it, Wilson, Pipe and Whitlow 1v1. Allow the rest of them to get on with it. Got more than a good chance.
Williams looping it on, headed on by Bolland. Much travelled Tony Scully, can be brilliant. Sometimes a little less than that. Bolland forces the corner.
Good spell for them, using the extra man that they've got forward. Very good, 6th and 7th a minute. Swindon at the back, not sure who should be marking who.
I think Andy King is aware, Chris, of the defensive divisions of his team, and he wanted to send Swindon out here in a positive frame of mind with the 3 attackers, but at the moment it's the defence having to do the work. Chris Palmer corner. Hayward gets his head to it. Collected by Scully. Movement by Williams, who was a youngster at Manchester United. Some quality, you have to have good feet to have a foot on the ladder at Old Trafford. But we do find a lot of the players who have promise at Manchester United don't reappear anywhere else in league football. Credit to Matthew Williams that he's accepted an opportunity here to so that maybe he can go down to go back up again.
More players realising that, Martin. They want to play, they don't be sitting in the reserves and the youth team for the rest of their careers and have to drop out at the ages of 23, 24. They want to start playing first team football, which is good to see.
Scully trying to turn away from Duke, but Swindon get the throw. Swindon are in the middle of League One, which represents something of a come down from getting to the playoffs in May, but again, for financial reasons, Andy King's budget, rather than being up to give that little bit extra for another push for promotion, was cut back in the summer.
They always seem to be one game away for going into the top 6. They're always there or thereabouts. They've got a very good side for the division. It's just getting that consistency.
Just like to put George Gavin straight on one thing, that Notts County got a very hard game here against Woking in round 1. Woking with 10 men, Preston County got a dozen corners, going 1-0 down and conceding to Gavin Gordon with the last touch of the game.
I wondered why you frowned when they showed that early footage, Martin.
A couple of clips don't tell the whole story. Evans, who's had some uncertain moments and could be in trouble here. Wilson had the first shot, and it seemed to be there for Scully to hammer Notts County into the lead.
Well, there's no communication between the central defenders. Look, Matthew Hayward and Rhys Evans both going for the same ball, and then it comes to Scully, and To be fair, he's got time to move on to this and set himself, but once he gets there, just watch his left foot comes off the ground as well. He needs to stabilise that foot and strike it perfectly, but he hits it off balance.
I think this is something like his 13th club. Chris, you must have come across Tony Scully somewhere on your travels in management.
I did indeed. I loaned him from Joe Royal when he was playing for Manchester City for Stoke, and I was manager there. And very inconsistent, but got bags and bags of ability.
David Pipe, who was at Coventry. And he's a full Welsh international. Still only 21. It really is a much changed Notts County playing roster through the year 2004. Obviously some of the big earners have to be released. Changes in management. Gary Mills had the job here, and then Ian Richardson replaced him. He's still in the caretaker capacity, and he's still a player.
Just might need to drop Sammy Igo and Andy King, because they are playing well at the moment, Notts County.
Touch on from Kelvin Wilson, who you might see more of. He's very highly thought in these parts, and the scouts have been flocking to Meadow Lane to monitor his progress. Right back or centre back, or as it is today, halfway between the two, really, the right of a back three. Free kick given away by Whitlow. Parkin is the man that they've got to try and keep tabs on Notts County here. Peels away. Palmer doesn't get it very far away. Garrard's cross. And there is a little glimpse of the predatory skills of Sam Parkin.
Very good. He makes his ball his own, because he just helps it back in, Luke Garrard. He's hoping that there's somebody in there. This is not a pinpoint cross. It's just up in the air, and can the striker get on the end of it? He does that well, and you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to direct it back to that far right-hand corner. Very difficult skill from that angle.
It's actually with Wycombe Wanderers, that run that took them to the semi-finals of the FA Cup back in 2001. He wasn't still with the club. He was a loanee. He wasn't still with the club when they played the semi-final against Liverpool. He did contribute in the earlier rounds. Palmer. Palmer again. Gordon. This is Harrod. Well, the referee wasn't sure whether the goalkeeper touched it or not. He got advice from his assistant.
Well, couldn't really flick that on Gavin Gordon, but Garrard made it his own, and I'm not sure whether he was really striking that one at goal or trying to help it back in the middle. He's got his head down. The goalkeeper has to deal with it.
Parkin header apart, and there's Parkin back defending. It's Notts County the brighter start. 7 sides from League Two already in the third round of the FA Cup. Palmer's corner. Wilson trying to knock it down. It's off the line, and again collected by Scully. Swindon just about hanging in there at the moment.
Fantastic defending from Matthew Hayward. Really has been magnificent on these clearances. Gordon. And Reid
Reeves really rattling him from behind.
Just look at the positions that he puts himself in. Reeves, both times he's there to clear it. Experience.
Reeves, one of a pair of twins, David Reeves, who scored plenty of goals up and down the highways and byways of league football. I think he's playing in Ireland at the moment.
Is that a pair of twins or just twins?
Yeah, I think we'll stick with it, just twins. Yeah. Gordon going in. It's still Gavin Gordon. Scully and Notts County threatening to score the first goal of this second round replay.
Just using the extra man really well. Andy King has got to make that change soon, just to fill the midfield a little bit, just to stop them having that extra bit of space.
Williams. Brian Howard is the player in trouble here.
Well, he's trying his best not to foul him, but you can see he puts his arm around him initially. And
that's his fifth yellow card of the season. Which means a one-game ban, which is why he's
he wasn't booked for the tackle, he was booked for the descent. That's why the ball's been moved forward. So I thought it was a bit harsh by Mr. Curson, but because of his reaction.
Well, not quite in the Thierry Henry mood to take it quickly here, and maybe Brian Curson hadn't given the signal. Gill there, Palmer there. Gill moves away. Palmer takes it, curves it. Plenty of time for Evans to see it coming.
Of course, he just steps back. He's off his line, but he's not troubled by it at all.
Away by O'Hanlon. Reeves knows that score against you when the ball's in Rosette. An obvious thing to say, but it's not always the case that defenders believe in that philosophy. Out of harm's way.
Some managers don't believe in it if you've got time to turn and play it forward.
Cleared by Garrard. Back by Pipe. Kept on by Scully. Lewis Evans is coached by long-serving Swindon goalkeeper Fraser Digby, who's also on the commercial side at Swindon Town. Garrard. Igo. Nice one for Sammy Igo. By Scully. Helping it on. Turned by Reeves. Actually won 4 home games in a row, Notts County, until they lost to Wickham on Saturday. Very disappointing here. They've invited the fans to say well done for their support in a very difficult time when it did look as though the club with all this tradition was going to go out of existence. Now former FA Cup winners. It was 110 years ago, but it's a name on that great roll of honour nonetheless. Notts County Football Club, they also boast the leading scorer of all time in this competition, Harry Kersham, 49 goals. A record that in more recent years was threatened but not beaten by Ian Rush. Pipe just seemed to take his eye off the ball for a moment. And then, Christian Roberts, who's hardly had a kick yet, is penalised.
Better spell for Swindon though. Sammy Igo just dropping that little bit deeper now, which allows him the chance to run at people. get himself on the ball. And he's been pushed up against the back three. He's been out of the game.
Scully quickly through to the feet of Harrod. Scully again. Wilson, who missed the match against Wickham with a chest infection, but at least he recovered sufficiently to get the vote of the manager, Ian Richardson, who ruled against Stephen Oakes and Glyn Hurst. But they are on the bench. Harrod, Palmer, just a bit narrow that time from Notts County. Gill played it wide. Gavin Gordon was in that Cardiff side that knocked out Leeds United in a memorable game when Leeds were top of the Premiership. FA Cup third round. It's happened Leeds United since then. Throw once more from Gill. Hayward with a throw. Played almost 200 games for Swindon. There's the header. Reeves to try again. They're taking a bit of a ride on the park, and you can understand his desire to try and smother the threat, but there are some balls that you just can't win from behind. Over the free kick. Couldn't find either Parkin or Hayward.
It's just a waste from Swindon's point of view.
So Ian Richardson learning by the minute in management. Certainly his 8th game in that caretaker position. They have stressed, those who run the club here, that they're not actively pursuing anyone else at the moment. They're giving the present incumbent every chance to prove that he's the man for the job, which is nice to hear. He's actually won 3 and lost 3 and drawn the 1, which of course was at Swindon, and set up this replay. They're so close to losing down in Wiltshire, but Stephen Oakes cropped up right at the end. Duke. Hayward. David Duke, who's a Scot, started at Sunderland, came on in the second half, or for the second half on Saturday, and helped Swindon improve. It would have been the team that finished that game, but for that illness to Steve Jenkins, which rather upset Andy King's original plan. Gill, coolly back by Kelvin Wilson.
Looks talented. Richardson thinks he's a better right back than better right side centre back, but says he's very, very good at both.
Whitlow. There is Stephen Oakes, wondering when the call will come. Played at Leicester. Brother of Scott, son of Trevor, who are into pop music of bygone times. Trevor Oakes, Shawaddy Waddy.
Played with Scott at Luton Town, so
He didn't play on the stage with Trevor at any point, sing along.
no, not at all. I met him once or twice at the games.
Oh, it's against the post. And it would have been a great moment for Harrod. It would have been his first Notts County goal. Haywood's header up. Igo. Notts County continuing to force the pace here. And they're so close to taking the lead.
It is indeed real cleverness, quick thinking. Sean O'Hanlon doesn't head it properly and he improvises almost immediately. The lad Sean Harrod, and just he thinks about his position, and he's so unlucky there when that hits the outside of the post.
Yes, Rhys Evans had really given it up. Also used these long throws to good effect from Matthew Gill. But in the cup, it's not about making chances, it's about taking them. Saldini is the Notts County goalkeeper. They've got Wayne Henderson here on loan from Aston Villa, but Premiership club not wanting him to be involved in this competition. Hewlett and Haywood. Roberts. Right, playing safe.
He just dwelt on the ball, Matthew Williams, and Matthew Hewlett let him know he was there, and he said, right, we've had enough. Playing well. Notts County, we need to get in amongst you. Matthew Hewlett leading the fight.
Igo. Once or twice he's got on the ball, and promising former Portsmouth and Reading player. Involved in an FA Cup quarter-final in his time at Pompey against Chelsea.
He can influence a game, that's the thing about him. But if he goes up and stands alongside the centre-back, he's no good to anyone. So what I presume Andy King is saying to him, look, you can have a free role, you can play as the third striker, but don't mark yourself out of the game. Drop deep, pick it up, make us play.
Williams. He's anticipated the ball over the back by Scully, but it was far too long for him to be able to have any chance of collecting. Harrod. Seemed to be fouled there by Reeves. Certainly what the crowd here thought. Duke. Trying to get their game going. Swindon a little lucky to be level at this stage. Hewlett.
It's right underneath it, but it's a good bit of football to begin with. Passing it around, it just gets away from Sammy Igo, and decided as soon as he got to Hewlett what he was going to do.
Cameras back in Nottingham on Friday. Sky Sports 1, Forest against Leicester. East Midlands derby, and pretty close together, aren't they? Reading and Queen's Park Rangers, they meet Saturday 12:30. You can see that on Sky Sports Extra. Sky Sports Extra for Reading against Queen's Park Rangers. Matthew Gill to take the free kick. It's an easy header for Haywood. Scully. Palmer, the wide men both very central. There might be some space for Roberts to use on the counter-attack here for Swindon Town. Recent recruit from Bristol City, Christian Roberts, and he can shoot.
Wilson inviting him, Kevin Wilson inviting him to come inside, basically, and he does. He doesn't strike it well.
He's a mercurial talent. There's Roberts, he's been in a full Wales squad or two. Passing back to Swindon. He's a youth international for the Republic of Ireland. There's some of those at every club I go to. They work very hard, the Republic, on finding talent and developing it. Great record at the underage international stage. Roberts, lovely footwork from him. Taken on by Howard. Garrett. Good pressing by Notts County. To feed it in towards either Hewlett or Parkin, who did very well. Howard. Awkward for O'Hanlon. And Notts County back on the ball again with Tony Scully. Gordon. Hayward to try and beat on a deflection. Well, maybe they've earned a bit of luck. Notts County, with half an hour gone, have edged ahead of Swindon Town. And Gavin Gordon happy to take the credit, but I'm not sure where the shot was originally heading for.
Well, Rhys Evans thought it was going to his left-hand side. It didn't. Once it hits Alan Reeves, it heads into the back of the net, and if you don't shoot, you don't score. He's so unlucky. Goalkeeper Rhys Evans, he's tried his best to get back towards it, but you can see as it bounces away for him. But credit to Gavin Gordon, it's a decent strike. An even better one when it comes off Reeves.
Well, it wasn't on target, was it, the original shot? I don't like to take goals away from anybody, and there's no dubious goals panel as far as I'm aware in the FA Cup. But the deflection was more than significant. But it's really no more than Notts County deserve. They've already hit the post. Scully flashed a shot wide. Swindon have pretty much looked second best, though they come from the higher division.
It just might spark them into life now, get themselves going and treat it like a cup tie, and not like a league game where you sit behind and you're patient and you allow the opposition away from home to have their little bit of the game.
Igo. Card. Apologies by Williams. Just then to the referee as well.
His foot's high, very high.
He's a little short of 10 stone, I think, so hasn't got too much weight to throw about. But Sammy Igo is sizing this one up. Oh, the left footer is there as well. Andy King wanting some of the work from the training ground at Swindon Town to pay a dividend here. Igo! Turned on its way by Deeney.
It's a decent strike, but it's not going to trouble the goalkeeper because it's straight at him. He just has to deal with it, make sure you tip it over the bar.
Reeves doing the pointing. They want to put it right in under the crossbar towards Hayward. That's what he was aiming for. Hayward gets to it. Goalkeeper is starting to come. Gordon heads out. Hewlett. Igo. Notts County can move out. Gordon will chase. Notified by his part in the goal. Maybe it will be his goal, but our camera angle showed it wasn't directly heading for the back of the net. It wasn't even close in that respect. As Alan Reeves knows only too well. Whitlow's header. Then Hayward. Forward by O'Hanlon, who's captaining Swindon tonight. Roberts getting his shirt tugged by Pipe. Evasive challenge, but when the whistle goes, it's for offside. Reeves to take the free kick. Still 10 minutes to go to half-time. It's a bit overcooked, the clearance by Saldini. One young goalkeeper to another. Reeves played in the Premiership for more than 50 games for Wimbledon in the Elite League. Oh, and Igo. The judge to have fouled Whitlow. It's a decision that you could understand why it was queried. Gavin Gordon certainly made this happen.
He did, and you have a strike. You sometimes look at centre-backs and defenders and say you mustn't turn when that ball's headed towards you. Stand straight on, and if you turn, even on the half-turn at times, it'll hit your left arm as it does with Alan Reeves there and ends in the back of the net.
So at the moment, Notts County looking more likely to be playing Middlesbrough in the third round, especially if they get another one here, which Palmer could have contributed.
He's gone for the worldie. Decided to put this in the top left-hand corner instead of even being aware of his teammates or trying to hit it with those bodies in front of him and hope that it might get another deflection, but you can see he's set himself up. He wants to bend this and put it into that top left-hand corner, but gets right underneath the ball.
Middlesbrough, of course, have got pressing matters in European competition tonight. O'Hanlon. Garrett, who got 3 bottles of champagne as Man of the Match awards on Saturday. He's just about old enough to drink it, but I hope he hasn't done that all in one go. Headed down by Hayward. Hewlett got it forward. Roberts. Howard. Chance to hit one with that talented left foot of his, who was just closed down in the nick of time by Paul Bolland. Brilliant
tackle. It really is. You've got to time it to perfection, and Paul Holland, who loves the tackle, young lad when I was at Bradford.
Well, the goal has certainly stirred Swindon Town. Roberts getting more involved in the game. Hayward. The problem Andy King has got, Chris, is he put out what he regarded was the best attacking option. When you go a goal down, if you want to change it, you're almost reducing he believed in at the beginning, was the way to undermine Notts County tonight, but they might have to come up with another plan.
I think it just maybe needs a little bit of modifying. That fellow we just saw on the ball there, Sammy Igo, I think he can dictate things and make things happen.
Got lucky. Deeney was sold short.
Well,
Parkin was in there.
It's lazy from Kevin Wilson, isn't it? He hasn't even looked to see where Sam Parkin is until after he's played the ball, and then he reacts. Just look at this, I've got to try and get back and help my goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper gets fortunate because it bounces off Big Sam.
Against Parkin. The two clubs were in the same division last season. Swindon actually did a double over Notts County, contributing to sending Notts down. They won 2-1 here at Meadow Lane. Could win 2-1 here tonight, but need an improvement. And Andy King, who's one of the game's great chatterboxes, I'm sure is composing what he's going to rattle out to his players during the interval, which is 5 minutes away. Roberts. Cards coming out again. I assume the referee thought that Mike Whitlow was well aware that Roberts was moving into space, and that it was a particularly cynical challenge.
It was, Martin, an experienced player being caught on the hop. It's around the halfway line. I might get away with it, but even if I don't, they're not at us.
Parkin's header. Roberts very nearly got there.
Got lucky there, because he turned his back on that David Pipe and managed to find it at his feet.
Ian Richardson will be pleased with what he's seen from his changed team tonight. The difficulty of management is apparent enough, even if you've got everybody available. He certainly didn't have that. And here's Sean Harrod, who was called in. Scully for it's Bolland, in fact, who cuts it across, and it could have been another own goal. And in fact, Gavin Gordon will be looking back on this with a certain amount of annoyance at himself.
Oh, I certainly will. Sean Hanlon doesn't deal with it once again. Paul Bolland shows his determination, hacks this across, and basically Gavin Gordon does not react one bit to this cross and just allows the ball to hit him, and it goes over the bar.
Whitlow's header.
Uncertainty in the Swindon defence is the way that they've been playing. They've not got on top of this game. They've not been sharp. They've not been bright. They've allowed Notts County to dictate the game when they've needed to.
Palmer. It's actually gone out. Well, it seems a while ago, but what a fine goal-getter he was from midfield in his playing days, the Swindon manager. Looking out there, hoping for a goal from some department of his current team. Up to a couple of FA Cup semi-finals with Everton, another with West Brom. Garrard. There's confusion again, and Parkin, as striker should, throwing his weight around.
Well, he's totally entitled to go for this, Sam Parkin. There should be nothing wrong. You can understand the crowd's dismay. He's got to go for that ball for me. It's there, it's bouncing, the centre half's left it going. Maybe that left arm out is the reason why the free kick was given.
was an arm out, Chris, wasn't it? It wasn't a brandished arm.
It was a protective arm, so
Yeah.
that I don't get hurt in this collision.
It's just a little bit of uncertainty. You get that with defender and goalkeeper. They're both young, Wilson and Deeney, getting so close to each other. It is not a theory. Gara. Here comes Williams. Last minute of the first half. A bit of added time maybe to take into account. Gill's taken a few long throws. Now he's got to play a part in defending one. Even Gavin Gordon has come back. David Duke is the one with the strength in the arms. Out comes the goalkeeper.
How lucky is the goalkeeper there? He's so fortunate that Matty Hayward does not know where this ball is. And he pops it off his own head back into the goalkeeper's hands.
There'll be 2 added minutes. O'Hanlon. It was the home team that took the lead in the first meeting down in Wiltshire. And that's been the case in the first half here at Meadow Lane. Notts County would love to have the financial reward of a place in the third round, but have to focus also on what happens in League Two. They're too close to relegation for the conference for comfort at the moment. And of course, these days, 2 go down. Hurry before half-time. Gill has an appreciation of the chronology here. Good work here. Once more, there's a little cameo really of how this first half has gone. They've been very bright in their attacking work, and Sean Harrod has fitted in very snugly on his return to first team action. He had 3 substitute appearances early in the season. Here he is starting. He's hit the post. He was lively then, and they have the lead. The shot from Gavin Gordon. The telling deflection off Alan Reeves. And although Swindon did show signs of life, having conceded the goal, they need to get their act together if they're going to think about entertaining Middlesbrough in round 3. At half-time, though, at Meadow Lane, it's going well for Notts County. They lead 1-0.
Well, Notts County may be a division lower, but they deservedly lead at half-time by 1-0 against Swindon. The thoughts of Neil Warnock coming up, particularly on the goal. Did this belong to Gavin Gordon? Either way, it's 1-0 to Notts County at half-time in the second round of the FA Cup.
Everyone loves a bargain, and you'll be glad to hear that this Christmas the sales are coming early. 27 games for £25 with the Prem Plus season ticket. Manchester United. V Crystal Palace. Liverpool. V Newcastle. Sky Sports subscribers can get all these games and many more and save £50. Get this Prem Plus special offer for just £25. To order, see channel 433 or call 08705 160 160.
stand out in the Ford car.
The new range of Kenwood smoothie makers. Bring fruit to life.
Bridges and rubber bands, metal poles and dancers. It's surprising what goes together. So when we say an electric shaver and foam, trust us, it works. Using Schörner Sensitive with foam is the fast, easy way to shave sensitive skin. If it's not better than your current shave, we'll give you your money back.
Hello.
Yo.
Where are you?
I'm in London. Where are you?
We're in Paris. Thought you were in Tokyo.
Thought you were in Boston.
Change of plans. What's up?
Change of plans. We need to reroute the shipment.
New terms?
New terms, new specs, new schedules.
Show me.
There you go.
Change of plans. Okay, will do. See you in New York.
Change of plans. See you in L.A.
Au revoir.
Sayonara.
So what's up? The usual.
When change is part of the plan, that's on-demand business from IBM.
Sit down, son.
What?
I think you and I need to have a little chat.
What about?
Drugs.
Go, 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 go!
Mrs. Garvey, put your son down and move away from the conversation.
You made me say it!
Drugs are illegal, talking about them isn't. So talk to Frank.
Good party last night. I wish I could remember more of it.
Nivea for Men Energy Cream Q10 moisturizes and revitalizes your skin to help you look better than you feel.
I hope those aren't going in my sandwiches.
Energy Cream Q10 from Nivea for Men. Advanced face care.
Welcome.
A drink?
Carlsberg don't do takeaways, but if they did, they would probably be the best takeaways in the world.
Live it this Christmas with video messaging from Vodafone Live.
Two cracking games coming up in the Championship for you on Friday at 7:30 on Sky Sports 1. Nottingham Forest, what a week they've had, against Leicester City. In transformation as well, Leicester, aren't they? Reading against Queen's Park Rangers on Saturday at 12:30 on Sky Sports Extra is 4th against 7th. But at Meadow Lane, it's 1-0 to Notts County, and really, it could be a lot more than that. Swindon have been, I think, very poor in the first half, but we'll let Neil Warnock tell us about that. In your opinion, as a former Notts County manager, they've done everything right, haven't they, Notts County? And Swindon have done really everything wrong at the moment.
Highly delighted. I just, they'll be thinking, I hope we don't rue those missed chances, because football is such a funny game, and Swindon can't be as bad as that again. Andy's going to go in now and make one or two changes, I would think, and they've got to come out and fight. I mean, it's the FA Cup, you know, in Middlesbrough at home, and there's no fight, there's no battling, and Andy he'll be the most disappointed person of all there.
And after Notts County struggling to beat Woking 2-0, that should pacify Martin Tyler and the good people of Woking.
Yeah, and they were unlucky Woking, weren't they?
They were very unlucky. Yeah. They struggled past them. But a division higher, Swindon, they look tremendous. And the goal, well, can you take this away from Gavin Gordon?
Well, initially I thought it's going miles wide. You can't give him that. But when you look at it from the other angle, but I think Scully does well, by the way, here. I think Tony Scully comes in there and it's a great ball. It looks easy, but outside of his boot. And I'm thinking there, pretend to go inside and take him wide. And like all good strikers, they prove you wrong. Goes in, it's a goal, and just gets a little bit of luck, obviously with the ricochet. But, you know, it's positive. He goes straight at him, he doesn't wait. Inside, he knows where he's going to wax the ball, and you get that little bit of luck.
This is the angle I think
that's the one.
Going that wide, is it? If it is going wide.
You can't really say it is going wide there, because it has got a bit of bend on it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But initially I thought it's going miles wide.
Yeah.
But that's what you need in the FA Cup, isn't it? A bit of luck and something going for you. But you can't say it's lucky that they're 1-0 up. I mean, Swindon shouldn't be in the tie now. And that's what the positive thing that Andy will be saying. Look, they can't play any better than that, and we can't play any worse. So, you know, let's go out.
One of these chances you mentioned they missed was Gavin Gordon's, wasn't it, when it came suddenly to him? But...
Well, all good strikers. I always say to my striker, I love the tap-ins. I say to Andy Gray every week and showing them. And he's not ready for it. He doesn't expect it coming through the defender. And, you know, it's far enough away. He should be expecting that, and it's a side foot. And all good, you know, your Dennis Laws of this world, you know, that's just a lovely goal in tap-in for him. And strikers, the hardest ones are the tap-ins, really. And that should have been 2-0 up there.
Now, you normally shop at Harrods, don't you?
I told you that one.
would you like this youngster? He's not bad, is he?
Well, before he scored you, I said to you, didn't I? I thought he started very, very bright, and I could see why he'd put him in the team. He was excited. You know, I know he's not played very many games, and we've got Hurst on the bench, but he typifies what the FA Cup's about, I think. He's full of life, he's refreshing, he's exciting, and he wants to do it all. And I think he makes the game, you know, he makes other people rub off him, his enthusiasm for the game, and it's lovely to watch.
He's been refreshing, hasn't he? And Notts County have as well. A goal up at half-time against Swindon, a division higher than them in the FA Cup. Remember, it's Middlesbrough at home. And will Swindon be tumbling out of the FA Cup tonight? It's Notts County with a 1-goal lead.
He seems to be a very devoted husband.
How can he be a devoted husband when he's other women?
Well, allegedly.
Jane Moore looks beyond the hype. Who are the Beckhams? Sunday at 10, exclusive to Sky One.
Live it this Christmas with video messaging from Vodafone Live.
Can't get things level? The Black & Decker Laser Plus projects a level laser line and helps locate live wires and metal pipes. So you can put things up safely and perfectly straight. Make it your own home with the laser range from Black & Decker.
The new ZR and ZS from MG, now with £1,000 deposit contribution. Life's too short not to.
Click, print, invent.
1664. A bad year for composing. A good year for breathing. Cronenberg, 1664.
The Incredibles, now at McDonald's. Order some Incredibles twisty fries, then text the unique code and get a free Incredibles superhero ringtone picture or game sent to your phone.
It's showtime. Worry not, Blockton woman.
Warning, a superhero phone doesn't really make you a superhero.
How will you play with life? The Sims 2.
EA Games. Challenge everything.
Live it this Christmas with a wide choice of video messaging phones, absolutely free.
The only star at this club is the team.
Can a Harchester legend save the day?
Football's about dreams.
And do you believe the Dragons can do it?
It's all about belief. Believe in me.
Dream Team, Sunday at 8, exclusively on Sky One.
Two great games coming up on Prem Plus. It's Manchester United against Crystal Palace, Saturday at 5 o'clock, channel 433 for more details, or you can call us on 08705 160 160. And then Liverpool against Newcastle. Traditional goal-scoring game, that one. Prem Plus, channel 433 again, Sunday at 1 o'clock. Or again, you can call us on 08705 160 160. And Portsmouth against Arsenal is live on Sky Sports 1, Sunday at 3 o'clock. But right now at Meadow Lane, it's 1-0 to Notts County, deservedly so, against Swindon, a division higher in the FA Cup. Second round replay. Neil Warnock is with us. And what would you expect in the second half, Neil, from Swindon?
Whether he'll change systems or not, I don't know. He's got to get people a bit more wider, I think. And I think sometimes you try and play an extra forward. I think when he saw Andy before the game, he said there's going to be a positive system with 3 forwards. But sometimes when you play 3 forwards as a manager, you sometimes have no room to move behind. You know, you've got that many people cluttering it up. And I think he'll have to sort of change something there, either go wider or play 4-3-3 or something like that. But obviously, he hasn't got a more difficult job. The most difficult job is in the Notts County dressing room for me, because they've played well and they can't do any better. You know, and you tend to think, you know, carry on playing the same way, but you think it's hard. Whereas Andy can give a few teacups and thump a few, you know, what have you. And I think they can come out and show. They've got to show a lot more spirit, really. And I expect a different game this half.
OK, they're on their way. Let's go back to our commentators, Chris Kamara and Martin Tyler.
Welcome back to Meadow Lane. They're very proud of their heritage at this football club. And they can be proud of the first 45 minutes put together here. And Gavin Gordon will be delighted with Neil Warnock's support on the goal. He's been a bit short of them. I think you saw that in the celebration. It's only his 6th of the season. And it is his 2nd in the FA Cup. On the subject of statistics, Swindon, 10 consecutive away defeats in this competition, 1 win in the last 17 on the road in the FA Cup. It is a familiar position.
You've just got to go out now and perform. There's nothing else about it. Just go and give it everything you can. You've 45 minutes to save yourselves, and then if you get yourselves a goal, you've got another half an hour after that, and anything can happen.
And one way, of course, there's an interesting point Neil made about can they do any better. They have got a couple of so-called better players on the bench, haven't they? Steph Oakes, with his Premiership experience, and a top scorer, Glyn Hurst, not in the starting 11 with the aftermath of illness. And maybe Ian Richardson's decision to not start with them could just work in further favour as the evening wears on. Second quick goal with this starting team would be very much what the manager would like. And Sean Harrod forces a corner.
Don't start slow in the second half. That's what Richardson would have said to them. Let's get straight at them.
Short corner. Scully hangs it up, and Gavin Gordon does it again. Well, it's all going Notts County's way.
Well, it's an absolute beauty of a cross. This is the cross that says to the centre forward, go on, attack this if you can. Get above the central defender. It's Sean O'Hanlon, the one who doesn't jump. And because he doesn't jump, he comes and gets right over the back of him there. Gavin Gordon, that's a magnificent header.
And whatever Andy King must have said at half-time, he'd be thinking, right, I've given them a few fresh instructions, maybe some fresh impetus. How flattening is that to Swindon Town, the side from the higher division? A reasonable reputation in the higher division as well. Mike Walsh, his new assistant, scratching his chin behind him, and plenty of food for thought now, because Notts County are not flattered by this position. Ian Richardson trying to make a mark in management, still hoping to continue as a player. Scully. Wilson. Roberts a little bit high.
It's a very high foot. It's not making a meal of it, Kevin Wilson. He just felt the sore one. Really, really high. And when you get the kick-off in the second half, you don't want to give away possession and go straight down the other end and concede a goal. That's what's happened to Swindon.
59 seconds and they're kicking off again. Gara. Kevin Wilson trying to tidy up. There's that quality. And not so much quality in the challenge by Igo.
This one's not a bookable offence. It's because Brian Kearson missed the last one. Look, it's the lad's absolute skill that's done that. Sammy Igo's feet are low, they're on the ground. He's desperate to try and get the ball, but the lad's ability there with that touch to take it away from him, that's the difference. That's why we do say to referees at times that the Roberts thing, which is high up his leg, he gets away with, and poor little Sammy Igo makes a genuine attempt to play the ball, gets a yellow.
Serving physios around football, John Hazelden, who I think did something like 9 years at Nottingham Forest. Was going into private practice in the summer and then got a call, or it was earlier in the year. I was happy to put an end to his time in football. Gary Mills was the manager here. They knew him from Nottingham Forest days. John is still in business at Notts County.
Doesn't he do well, Gavin Gordon, on this cross? Attack it. O'Hanlon is underneath the ball. He's up and he's over the top of him. That's an absolutely. If you saw Alan Shearer do that, you'd marvel. So why not marvel at Gavin Gordon?
Well, inspired by the FA Cup as he was when he helped Cardiff beat Leeds United, getting on for 3 years ago now. That was back in the team today after serving a one-match suspension. He's on a hat-trick. Whitlow. Now Howard. County did reach the third round last season and by an odd coincidence lost at Middlesbrough. And Ian Richardson scored an own goal in that game. He'd like to have the chance to get some sort of revenge, even if he might not be fit to play in this season's third round tie that they're heading towards. Better kicking foot, Rhys Evans. Well, it's an interesting change here. Rory Fallon is getting ready to come on for Swindon. They haven't quite got the substitution set, so the game goes on. Fallon in a moment. Gill. Scully, whose cross was tailored for Gavin Gordon a minute or two ago. And out comes Duke. Gara. Get a runner in behind Luke Gara. Argo was trying to get there. Remember, he's not 100% fit. Whether he'll be the player replaced, we must wait and see. Rory Fallon still limbering up. Duke. Parkin. Now Bolland. That epitomises the confidence of Notts County and maybe the risk that it might become overconfidence. Parkin. Reeves. Gordon chasing back. Reeves gets his pass away to Parkin. Howard. It's a very committed challenge by David Pike. Fortunately for Notts County, got it absolutely right.
He needed to. Just with his
Going
one
to
leg,
ground.
he was facing the other way.
Hewlett. Forward by Hayward. Parkin, even more crucial to the cause. It's Igo. Here's Roberts. Parried out by Saul Deeney. And no one following in for Swindon.
Well, they couldn't get anybody in there because of the pace and the movement forward. You can see there's only Igo. He waits, he's patient, he plays it into his path, and that's a really good strike and a good save from the keeper.
Well, Alan Reeves gives way a defender to Rory Fallon, who has been, by his own admission, dreadfully out of form. And here's a chance for him to really turn his season around. He is a striker. Throw by Duke. Almost fell for Parkin with Fallon making an impression on Notts County's back line just by being there. Long from Duke again. And towards Fallon. Well, you know a bit about Rory Fallon, Chris. You've worked with him.
I did, yeah, when I was helping Glenn Hodges out when he was manager of Barnsley. I worked a little bit with Rory Fallon, and there's plenty in there. It's just getting it out of him. He's big, he's awkward, he's good in the air, but doesn't believe in himself at times, and that's been his problem at Swindon.
By Hayward. Gordon. Quick players counter-attack Notts County. As Swindon have to chase the game, have to take risks, have to change the formation as Andy King has done. Fowler. Gara. Emergency measures here from the League One side.
I think the formation will suit Sammy Igo now. Gives him a chance to pick things up deeper and make things happen, try and dictate the play.
And trying to play from deep, Notts County.
I'm sure Ian Richardson is saying now's not the time to do that. Let's just put the ball into their final third and we'll play from there.
Andy King is just saying, it's never quiet. Could be a more direct approach now from Swindon. Certainly a succession of throws, and they've come close to making it happen. And the long missiles projected by David Duke. O'Hanlon! It must seem a long time since he gave Swindon the lead in the first game. Looking as though they were going to book a place in the third round then.
It's worth a try. If you catch those ones right, you never know what happens. He gets plenty on it, but see, it's going up.
And remember, Notts County equalised in the 90th minute down at the county ground. Hewlett there, urgent, trying to somehow find a foothold, find a road to recovery here. It'll be a demoralising defeat for Swindon Town against a side struggling in League Two, but they haven't looked like strugglers right from the off, really. Chris Palmer had some good early runs. Here he is again. Harrod, has he made it for himself? Oh. Well, he's trying hard to make this a personal FA Cup fairy story.
He's a decent player as well. When he first turns, when this ball comes into his feet, he could have actually hit the ball just there now, but he has the second touch with the left foot to take it away, drag it away from O'Hanlon. Once he does that, you think maybe the net's gonna ripple, but just manages to send it wide.
Gordon. Palmer. Go chasing back. Nicely done by Pipe. Every touch getting applause here at Meadow Lane. They're very appreciative. Notts County fans who've been to the edge and back following this club. And Hayward. Just there was a bit of cover in the shape of O'Hanlon, so only been a yellow card, I think. Been a foul. It's the sort of position where I do feel Notts County have got the elusive nature in their play that they might get in again.
Wriggling around there, seems to be in a bit of pain. Man's right on top of him. Paul Bollen.
On the back of David Pipe. Started in non-league football, Ian Richardson, Dagenham and Redbridge, and then was signed by Barry Fry at Birmingham City, one of about 300 non-league players that Barry took with him, I think, in that spell. He was telling me before, Ian, that he didn't even have any training kit for him. He used everything when he put pen to paper. And he quickly moved from Birmingham here to Notts County, where he's been a splendid player. And he He's making a very promising beginning in management. But, his team have got a long throw to defend again. This is Christian Roberts. Williams. It's good play by, well, it was to get to the ball by Howard, just hanging it a bit too long, and Howard has the shot from Gavin Gordon territory. Vis-a-vis the first half goal. O'Hanlon. Fallon. The power of Sam Parkin, but power wasn't enough. It's perfectly set up from the neutral point of view. Swindon have got to go gung-ho, and that could lead, as Andy King tries to get his charges to get on the charge, could lead to some real counter-attacking as well for the home side. Succession of Duke throws. That is the best way from the defender's point of view to deal with it. A goalkeeper is strong enough and confident enough to come and catch them.
It's a great take, wasn't it? Deeney.
Harrod. Palmer. Now Scully. He's picked a way through, Tony Scully. And he builds you up and then doesn't quite deliver.
Well, that's the good thing about him. He can go either way, and that's why the defenders are not sure. Is he going to go down the line? No, he's going to go back inside. He does that really well, but after that, you can see he's hoping to bend it in the right-hand corner, but it doesn't come round.
David Duke off. Grant Smith on, the son of Gordon Smith, who played in an FA Cup final for Brighton. Grant Smith was actually selected by Neil Warnock for Sheffield United for that famous quarter-final win over Leeds United at Bramall Lane. He was going to start the game actually, and Michael Tong made a miraculous recovery on the morning of the match, and Grant Smith was on the bench but didn't feature. That's football.
Still no change of shape. Swindon still 3-4-3. Just thought Andy might dispense with one of those central defenders and play with the two.
Gill did well to get it, but expected Scully to be a bit further forward. Parkin. Pipe, who hopefully is fully recovered. Bang on the back of the head. Smith's throw. Howard. Chris Palmer again. And all it can do is put it out, and time ticks on for Notts County. We've had almost 20 minutes of the second half. They scored in the first minute of it. Fallon is a good flick. Taken on by Roberts. He's got Parkin with him. And it came back off Scully. Just got into the right place to intervene. His heart must have been in his mouth for a moment.
Deeney wasn't sure. He's up to follow the ball.
Ian Richardson pointing out before the game Swindon's strength at set pieces. Hayward by the near post. Work 2 against 1 in the short corner. I go. Headed out by Palmer. Back by Hewlett. Goalkeeper, all confusion. And Sammy Igo seeing whether he's back on his line. A save of some relief, an easy save, but it wasn't easy just before that.
Oh, he's being courageous. He's come for a lot tonight, the goalkeeper Cialdini, but he misses that one, and it bounces off Kevin Wilson, and just takes a couple of deflections on the way, and all the pace is taken off it.
Wilson with the header. There's still time for Swindon. They must believe that. And with the strange psychology you sometimes get in football matches, a team that is 2 behind suddenly gets free of some shackles and strangely relaxes more and plays better.
Well, the performance isn't up, but the pressure is up. They're putting the ball into the final third a lot more often.
And the test for Deeney. And Palmer helps him. Put back by Howard. It was a little bit meaty by Hayward. And Roberts trying to work it wide to Igo. Still not happening for Swindon.
Whitlaw totally committed to the ball. You can see both of them an honest challenge.
Look ahead to the weekend. Prem Plus, Manchester United against Crystal Palace, 5 o'clock on Saturday. And on the same channel at 1 on Sunday, it's Liverpool against Newcastle. And on Sky Sports 1, a lot of things happening at Portsmouth, a lot of good things as well. They entertain Arsenal. Fantastic viewing coming up for you this weekend. And it's still full of action here. Swindon, who knocked Sheffield Wednesday out comprehensively in the first round. Igo takes, flag is up. Rory Fallon, who was born in New Zealand.
So he strayed off before the ball was kicked there. He's giving it for the foul on Paul Bolland.
Familiar face in the Nottingham area, Ian Wone, played for Nottingham Forest for many years, but he's on the Swindon bench because he's helping Andy King with the youth setup down in Wiltshire. Developing some young players with good left feet, because Ian very adept in that respect. Scully forced into the final touch by Howard. He thought he was fouled. Bolland's header. Swindon having to start from deep again. Williams. Now Garrett. If Swindon do go out tonight, they play Sheffield Wednesday in the league at Hillsborough that third round weekend. And it could have been at home to Middlesbrough. It's Howard. He's lost his footing, but Bolland was there trying to make a supporting run. In the end, recognised that he had to get the ball. Palmer winds up for one, and he bought a ticket for the raffle and won a corner.
Well, the 3 centre-backs all night tonight, even though Reeves has gone off, have been very, very poor for Andy Gray tonight. Sorry, for Andy King tonight.
Well done, Sean Harrod. His first start of the season for Notts County, and he's chivvied away at Swindon right from the off, hit the post, hard one over in the second half, a real handful, a night on which he can build for his future career, and they can bring on the top scorer now. Glyn Hurst under the weather, but well, he'll be hoping he won't have to go into extra time, that's for sure. Less than 20 minutes, I'm sure he's got that sort of running in his legs. He waits by the goalkeeper. Leaving here by Bolland. A chance for Scully to cross towards not Gordon, who was waiting far post as he was when he scored the second goal. Foul. Better of Wilson, in fact he fouled him.
He's impressed, just like Sean Harrod, who's gone off tonight. Kevin Wilson, names you'll hear of for quite a while, I think.
Pike with the free kick. Won by Hurst. Gordon. Twisted across.
Well, if Ian Richardson needed any sort of like confidence as to the way that this game should go, it's get the ball forward to the strikers, because they've done well tonight. They've had the better of the exchanges with the centre-backs.
Christian Roberts comes off. Disappointing for him in these circumstances. He's replaced by an experienced midfield player, Steve Robinson.
The problem for Andy King is, in a situation like this, is who do you take off? You know, because everybody's playing as bad as each other. Nobody's playing well, so it's a difficult one. You know, you can have a go at Christian Roberts and say, well, you didn't do the business, and he can turn around and say, well, what about anybody else?
Parkin, who certainly wasn't a candidate to come off. Garrard, perhaps agreeing with you, Chris, the only one maybe. A bit of hesitation there. Fallon trying to take advantage of it.
He's in the wars, poor old David Pipe. Look at this.
He's waiting for it to drop, and he was dropped by Fallon's arrival. Garrett is one of the three central defenders now. Whitlow steering Notts County towards a big third-round payday. In January, the month in which he'll be 37. Hurst. Williams, who play in the Manchester United's youth teams as a striker, to get forward. Hurst. Now Whitlow. Palmer controlled possession here for Notts County. And there's not much that Swindon been able to do about it. A strong call by Rhys Evans then to Garrard. And, he obviously gave it. Smith. Well, in this wonderful competition, anything is possible. But Swindon have really got to produce their best 15 minutes of the night by some distance to even think about taking this to extra time.
Well, it really is time to gamble for Andy King now, just to say, let's play 1 against 1 at the back, or 2 against 2, however many Notts County leave open, let's overload.
Not sure where it was. And it fell for Hewlett.
It could go anywhere, and I think Matty Hewlett was open, it went anywhere except where it does go.
Even he's lost for words. Saldini. He's had 1 or 2 awkward moments, but he's played in goal with real bravado, and he has his clean sheet going. Incidentally, you have to go back to 1985 to find the last Notts County player to get a hat-trick in the FA Cup. Thinking of course, Gavin Gordon tonight. And that was Rashid Harkook. Against Scarborough.
For Crystal Palace fans. QPR fans as well. Coventry City.
And Notts County. Gordon. Judged by Hurst. Plenty of a spring in the lead. Bolland. And he played that maybe a little bit blind, expecting Chris Palmer to be out there, and he was. And Palmer takes on Garrett. Shows that he's keeping his head in difficult circumstances. Reacted well, the 19-year-old. Overcommitted here. Swindon have left 3 upfield. They've left 4 back. Williams trying to get a telling contact by the near post. Reece Evans mopping up. There's no time to be kicking it out, he knows. Somehow they've got to find a way to make and take opportunities. For the most part, Calvin Wilson and company have kept them well out of harm's way from the Notts County point of view. Richardson finding out what management's all about. The right way tonight, he's been working really hard. He ruled himself out of the team lunchtime yesterday. Went to watch a game last night, went to watch another game this afternoon, a reserve fixture in the area. Trying to maybe bring in 1 or 2 players to help the cause, but the ones he's got are certainly doing Notts County proud. But here's Steve Robinson for Swindon. Smith. Robinson towards Fallon, took that well, and just as he was setting himself for the shot, Matt Gill got a foot to it.
His control was excellent, but they're working like beavers, Notts County, not to allow Swindon anything at all. There always seems to be a foot in there somewhere.
Garrett. Now Howard. Southampton. Good hands by Deeney again.
From the odd mistake, he's been very safe tonight.
Yeah, and it's been a mistake on the right side if you can have such a thing. But he's gone for courage. Gavin Gordon goes for that. It looked as though it was a push to the ground. Referee thought otherwise. Notts County quickly back on the ball. Williams, Hurst, Gordon is in the middle. Oh, and wasn't the ball that Gavin Gordon wanted, and Hurst knows it.
Not at all. When it does spew off the foot like this, though, it might end up in the back of the net. But it doesn't do anything, really. Just drifts over the bar.
10 minutes left, unless Swindon can produce something worthy of a mention in the annals of FA Cup comebacks. Parkin still chasing, and it was out. It is Swindon's throw.
I think a decent effort on target would give them a massive lift, but they can't seem to conjure anything at the moment.
There's Parkin trying too hard. Hurst. For Chris Palmer, there's no support. And Gavin Gordon's probably thinking, well, if I had galloped, if I had really chased, I could be wheeling away, having tapped in a third goal tonight.
I'm not sure if Limpet Trusty would have got there, Martin, for that one. But I know where you're coming from. He took it very early, didn't he?
Fallon. Parkin. Good work from Scully. Forward by Bolland, turning Swindon. A tough night in all departments of the team, really, right from the off. And Rhys Evans had a couple of difficult balls that he didn't handle quite as cleanly as he would have wanted to settle Swindon down. Robinson saw the challenge coming, but didn't lift the ball over it. As Bolland keeping the work rate going for Notts County and for Ian Richardson. Gordon. Bolland going in. That decision you made to give him a contract at Bradford, it's a decent one, Chris. He's working hard here in the more senior aspect of his career.
Steve Smith was the youth team manager at the time, and as the manager you don't have too much to do with the players, but he persuaded me that he had a future in the game.
Garrett with the free kick. Gordon using his heading power to defend, and Hurst trying to tell the manager, I should have started really, I've got plenty of running in my legs. And a touch of the flu. Garrett. Fallon headed out a little bit blind by Wilson, and Fallon swung and shot a ball that really should never have come back to him. But Deeney's kept it out.
He was very alert, Sol Deeney, because he takes this well, Rory Fallon, on the turn as it comes back to him. He's off his feet. And that's a nice save.
It's Gordon away again. Igo. Hurst. Keeping it the main thing for Notts County. Well, it is, and you don't want to speak too soon in the FA Cup, turning out to be a terrific evening here at Meadow Lane for the hosts. Being told to take his time. Manager, sluggish ball boy, as you would expect. Bill's throw. There's a corner for Notts County. A third goal would just top it off. Grim faces from Swindon's point of view. Haven't done themselves justice here. Here's Scully being allowed to go a long, long way. Comes out to the perky Palmer. He likes to shoot. Fallon. Swindon. In all hustle and bustle. And Grant Smith came in with the stud showing.
It's a shocking challenge, that really is. It's one of those horrible ones.
It's a red card challenge. Smith must go.
You can see he's trying to go for the ball. But because the foot's already in the halfway with the ball going away. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was the left foot that actually caught him, but it seems to be more the right foot.
So it goes from very bad to considerably worse for Swindon Town.
Well, he'll be embarrassed. He'll be embarrassed by his team's performance. He loves his team to play good football. That's what he prides himself on. He played in some good teams when he was a player himself. This isn't as bad as I thought it was, Martin. Initially I thought that the left foot had gone right through, but I think you see that it was the trailing right foot that's on the floor that actually caught him. Maybe the first view of the referee was the first view that I had of it, so...
For the Swindon Santas, not the seasonal cheer. But for Notts County fans who've had more than their share of heartache, these are the nights that make it worthwhile.
Middlesbrough at home in the FA Cup. Paducah, Hasselbank.
Free kick given against Sam Parkin.
There's probably about 5 minutes with injury time left to play, but it might as well come off now because it's not going to happen for Swindon.
Soldini will take his time, survey the scene, enjoy these last few minutes here. Scully. Seconds, and we're told 3 added minutes away from big celebrations at Meadow Lane. Hurst is one of the better passes played for Swindon Town tonight, and it came from a Notts County substitute. Parkin took it on. Here's Fallon. Now Igo. Bulldozing style of Mike Whitlow. It's him a good living down the years in professional football. Kalanikin can think about the things that went wrong today, the illness of Steve Jenkins, the incapacity of Igo, although he's still playing here 89 minutes into the match. But it's nothing really to what Ian Richardson's had to deal with for Notts County. Putting A-team out here, and they played like the A-team for the club. Palmer, even when it has threatened to go wrong,
there's always a way out.
They backed each other up brilliantly. Confirmation of those 3 minutes. Fallon. Robinson. Threatened to solve the puzzle with 11 men. Swindon, so how can you expect it with 10? Conrad, who is probably one of the few pluses for Swindon, he's kept his head and tried to keep going with good spirit in A match when he really could expect some help from the senior players. Job almost done for the home side here. Remember, Notts County 20th in League Two. Swindon 12th, and probably would expect themselves to be higher than that in League One. It's a big gap in the pyramid. Notts County have well and truly bridged here, close to the bridge over the Trent. He's been in the wars, David Pipe. And he's been a real hero at the back in an unfamiliar position in the middle of the back three. And it's almost as if the manager's giving him a chance to have an ovation for himself. Shane McFall, who played here against Wycombe on Saturday and picked up an ankle injury, and he's not 100% fit, but they reckon they can get stoppage time out of another of the youngsters at Meadow Lane and allow him to have a piece of the glory. Well, they're proud of their heritage. Notts County, the black and white stripes, incidentally, an association with Juventus. That's why Juventus have a similar kit. Many years ago, Notts County were very much in the forefront of the professional game in England in its early years. They've been very much at the forefront in this FA Cup replay. Well done, Ian Richardson, the fledgling manager. And instead of Macclesfield, it's Middlesbrough he'll be putting a team out to play on the second weekend of 2005. Gavin Gordon has been the goal-scoring hero. Notts County with their first FA Cup win over a side from a higher division since the heady days under Neil Warnock almost 14 years ago. But for Swindon, it's a typical story on their travels in this competition. They're ruining their failure to take full advantage from home advantage at their own county ground. And that's the face of defeat. But for Notts County, a marvellous victory. Ian Richardson congratulates his team, and they are worthy of those handshakes.
They certainly are. They work their socks off for him. And he'll be really proud. His players will be delighted with their night's work. The Swindon, the total opposite. Didn't really put up a fight. He got everything that he deserved.
Grant Smith trying to put up the wrong sort of fight at the end, sent off. And League Two, the fourth tier of English football, remember, now have 8 representatives in the third round of the FA Cup, including Notts County.
Thanks to Martin Tyler and to Chris Kamara. So it's Notts County against Middlesbrough in round 3. Before that, on Sky Sports, in the Championship, it's Nottingham Forest against Leicester, Friday at 7:30 across the Trent. Reading against Queen's Park Rangers, Saturday at 12:30 on Sky Sports Extra. And from the Premiership, it's Portsmouth against Arsenal, Sky Sports 1, Sunday at 3 o'clock. 2 Prem Plus offerings. Manchester United against Crystal Palace, Saturday at 5 o'clock, channel 433, or call us 08705 160 160. And on Sunday at 1 o'clock, Liverpool against Newcastle, channel 433 again, 08705 160 160 again. As Martin Tyler was saying, the first time Notts County have beaten a team from a higher division for the first time since this man was in charge 13 years ago. The thoughts of Neil Warnock coming up on 2 goals from Gavin Gordon, which puts Notts County into the third round of the FA Cup.
What a victorious year for England.
It's a marvellous innings from Graham.
England had their backs against the wall.
England have won the series. spectacular. Harmison and Hogarth are really ripping through New Zealand here. Everything's gone England's way.
McClintock has got his man again.
That's it. England have completed
4-0 whitewash to West Indies.
And now to South Africa. The England Tour, in association with Stan James, starts Friday, 8 a.m. Sky Sports 2.
Stand out in the Ford car.
At Currys, this Philips Freeview digital TV receiver can access up to 30 free channels, and it's an amazing $49.99, half price.
Well, the best things come in small packages.
And this all-in-one Samsung DVD player and video recorder is down to just $99.99, half price. Happy Christmas! The best things come in small packages.
Currys always lowering prices.
You can't win this war alone. There's nothing stopping them now. There's me, Blade Trinity.
What gives a man superb shaving performance? Brawn Activator's revolutionary foil captures hair growing in any direction for Brawn's closest ever shave. And its automatic cleaning center keeps it feeling like new every day. Brawn Activator, we challenge you to find a better dry shaver.
What's this? That's a blade. Blade? What's a blade? Blade's a server. This is a server? That's a server. Where's all the stuff? Stuff? What stuff? The plugs, the cables, you know. In the Blade Center? Blade Center? Where you put the blades? What's a blade? You're messing with me, right?
Highly simplified, affordable IBM eServer Blade Center with Intel Xeon processors.
Are you Mewtwo? Olympus Mew Mini Digital comes in 6 colors.
Now, as long as I shine this torch in their eyes, they won't attack.
Somebody needs Energizer. For a battery that lasts a long time every time. Energizer. Extra energy when you need it most.
Hey, son, what is that on your head?
Leave him alone, Barry. We can't all be into the same thing. Life's like a variety bucket. Keith likes crispy strips. You like chicken on the bone and stuff. It's okay, Mom. Must be terrible being married to a slaphead.
The Variety Bucket, something for everyone.
Do I know everything there is to know about Elvis? Have I heard everything he ever recorded? Not just yet.
Unlike many other broadband providers, AOL Broadband is unlimited. There are no monthly usage limits, so you can download as much music as you like, whatever you're into. Unlimited music with AOL Unlimited Broadband. Now even better value from $17.99.
Get this Christmas's must-have Prizzy, a 3-pay gift box. With free music videos, calls and games. And free video calls. And free video messages too! Humbug. 3. Welcome to our network.
The glamour of the third round of the FA Cup is just that for Notts County. They've beaten Swindon and they have a home tie against Middlesbrough in round 3. Neil Warnock's been watching the game with us, and your old club did very well there, didn't they, Neil?
I thought they won every department. I can't think of a department that they didn't win. I think it was I thought that Swindon would come out guns blasting second half, but every manager's nightmare. You change things at half time, you do things, and within 50 seconds it's 2-0. And you're back to the drawing board. You've given the impetus again to Notts County, and And they took it on board. It gave them confidence and really should have won out easy winners.
It was Manchester City you beat, wasn't it? 13 years ago.
In the
long
snow.
Time since.
Yeah, Peter Reeve was moaning that day. It was snow and everything. Yeah. Orange ball, I think.
Good stuff. 2 goals from Gavin Gordon. He's not surprisingly the man of the match. He's with Mike Whitlow, both talking to Greg Whelan.
Gavin, 2 goals to earn a plum tie against Middlesbrough. Night to remember for you.
Yeah, well, the boys worked hard. So you can say, really, everyone made it special. The fans made it special. So we went out and worked hard, like we knew we did at their place. But unfortunately, we didn't get a result. Well, we got the result to bring them back here, but we worked hard here, created chances, scored the goals, played well.
First goal. Has anybody dared to suggest that your shot wasn't going in?
Oh, I'm sure it was on target anyway. Put that way. Lucky deflection, back in the net. That's where we ended up.
You could have had a second one just before half-time.
Yeah, but it slightly deflected off his hand, I think. If you look back at the replays, I don't know. But his man hit the knee and went wide, so unfortunately didn't go in. But like I say, the ball's come out well, scored early goal, made it easy for us.
Great header and a great time to get it, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Straight after half-time, made it a lot easier. Just got to keep our shape after that. Work hard, stop them from having any chances, really. And did well. Boys did very well.
If we can bring in Mike Whitlow here as captain. Mike, you're against a League One side and you made it look easy.
Yeah, you know, we've got some quality players and we've been disappointed as late. You know, Johnny Gaunt took over, give us a little bit of confidence, and unfortunately, you know, last couple of games in the league have been poor. Tonight, you know, we've done really, you know, turned it on, got a plum draw the next game, and these lads are fantastic to work with. You know, young Kelvin Wilson, David Pipe, made it easy for me. You know, old man alongside 2 young lads doing your running, it's ace. And, you know, they all deserve a mention because, yeah, you know, against the odds, we've gone out and put a few smiles on a few people's faces that have been down this season because, yeah, we haven't performed like that every week and we've got to do that to get up this league. And, you know, Gavin, fantastic for him tonight. He deserves it.
Well, Gavin, you are the man of the match, but many congratulations to both of you. Good night for Notts County.
Cheers, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It is amazing, the FA Cup. They were out of the competition 2 minutes into added-on time at the county ground.
Yeah, it's a great. They got what they deserved. Mickey Whitlow was with me last year at Sheffield United, and a fantastic professional, and just brought memories back to me, Notts County tonight. Young Chrissy Palmer, his father, I signed Charlie Palmer for a massive fee of £18,000 in Notts County, one of my best signings ever. And he'll be proud of his lad tonight. It was a good all-round performance.
Let's look at the 2 goals from Gavin Gordon, a guy we featured before the match, and he certainly come good tonight. Didn't
I said to you, it depends which Gavin, you know, Gordon takes, you know, comes on the park tonight. And I think you saw right from the start, he was a positive, great ball from Scully there. And all right, you're a bit fortunate with a ricochet, but he's positive. He runs at him, decides to shoot, and that's what the cup's all about. A little bit of a lucky, you know, lucky break. But you make your own luck at times in the cup matches, and you know, nobody can doubt that Notts County deserved to win tonight. They struck it well. It's unfortunate for the defender there, and the goalie's got no chance.
And I think you said the only problem was for Notts County, they've missed so many chances in the first half. They might get worried, but in the second half, it was only a minute or so underway, and yeah, he pops the second one in.
A manager's nightmare, yeah. And it's another great ball. Scully again. I remember him at the QPR on his day, great crosser of the ball. And to be fair, there's a big lad at centre half there. Gordon jumps up really well. I mean, he bullies him a little bit there. He lingers and, you know, puts a little bit of push on his shoulder there, but not enough to give a foul away. And it's a great header. Any centre forward will be pleased with that header.
He had some chances to do the hat-trick, but didn't come off. Sean Harrod, a guy we liked in the first half, has had a chance either half, hasn't he, really?
Yeah, he's not done himself any harm tonight. He's got a video to look at on television, and his live weight. I thought he lit up the first half with his enthusiasm and his willingness, and I think it rubbed off, and he continued that. But that's a great overhead kick. That should have been 1-0, and he's unlucky there. And this one, you know, for me, young Palmer does well there, swings a foot but he knows what he's going to do. He goes, dummies, comes back, and he should, like Chris Kamara said, he should just probably took it the first turn. Just there, he should have probably just took it, but he had another touch and then obviously screwed it. But great movement from the young lad, and promising young lad for the future.
Done himself no harm at all. Well, the manager of Notts County, Ian Richardson, is now with Greg Whelan.
Ian, only your 8th game as a caretaker manager, but one to savour.
Yeah, it was a great performance. I thought we were a different class all over the pitch tonight, and to be honest, I couldn't pick a man of the match because they were all brilliant.
2-0, but it could have been 3, 4 even.
Yeah, I thought we battered them first half. I don't think they had a shot, did they? A bit disappointed to come in just 1-0. But they kept at it. Second half got an early goal and basically defended well, and we caused more problems second half and got the right result.
You're up against a League One side here, so how important was that goal just after half-time?
Oh, obviously it was important. We knew they were going to come at us, obviously being 1-0 down at half-time, but we weathered the storm a little bit, scored the second goal, and they threw everything at us, and we defended brilliantly.
People are going to watch this tonight and wonder how Notts County are 5th from bottom of League Two.
Yeah, I've been wondering myself. If we can get that consistency level back to the way we played tonight, then I can't see us being there for long.
Well done tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Good stuff, but Andy King won't be happy, will he? Probably Rory Fallon's chance in the second half was as good as it got for them.
Yeah, that was a mistake by the defender, you know, coming back across. It might have even been a forward, I can't remember what it was, but he missed, you know, just in his 18-yard box. He plays it here, first touch is terrible, and all of a sudden it's a chance. Goalie did well. I used to cut Kevin Blackwell, my goal when he was a goalie. He used to make a meal out of a decent save, and I'd call that one a Blackie save, that. Comfortable. Push it around and dive a couple of times.
If he's not listening, we'll tell him.
Sure.
The sending off, Neil, what are your thoughts on this for an instant red card for the tackle?
To be
Grant
fair,
Smith.
Chris said, the first time you see it, you think, yeah, oh, it's nasty. But he's not caught him. You know, it's a bottom foot. It's not a red card, that. But I think the initial reaction of the crowd, and the lad went down as if he broke his leg in 3 places. And it's a red card. Brian Kerson's had a good game tonight. I thought he got the red card wrong there. When he's looked at it, there's not as much contact as he thought. And as the cameras showed, and I thought he got one of the bookings wrong that Chris said. He was conned into booking somebody as well. But overall, he's had a decent game tonight.
As it stands, that's a 3-game ban. He won't play again in 2004. The FA Cup comes up in the 3rd round in 2005. And this is it, Neil. And, well, Burnley against Liverpool is a game you can see live on Sky Sports. Birmingham against Leeds, good game there. Arsenal against Stoke City at the top as well. Right down to Ipswich against Bolton in the 3rd round. And coming up on the next page, we can see Manchester United, the holders, against Exeter.
It's a saviour for Exeter, that. Yes. Fantastic financial boost.
And Notts County in the draw now against Middlesbrough by right. Yeah. Reading against Swansea down there. Queen's Park Rangers against Nottingham Forest. And we'll see you next. Sheffield United against Aston Villa.
The tie of the round, George.
Well, it's got every chance of being the tie of the round, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And Yeading against Newcastle. Bit of a shame, do you think it's been changed?
It is a shame. I think, obviously, safety precautions. You've got to adhere to police, really. And I think they did try and get it on, but... you know, to get a crowd of 4,000 or 5,000 with Newcastle, I mean, it's asking for a lot of trouble, really. So, probably sensible, but it does take a little bit away, doesn't it?
OK. Before then, live on Sky Sports, we have Championship action for you. Nottingham Forest against Leicester on Friday at 7:30 on Sky Sports 1. Reading against Queen's Park Rangers Saturday at 12:30, Sky Sports Extra. In the Premiership, Portsmouth Arsenal Sunday at 3, Sky Sports 1. Prem Plus games, Manchester United against Crystal Palace and Liverpool against Newcastle, Saturday at 5 and Sunday at 1, channel 433 in both cases. And coming up for you, Australia against Pakistan in the first Test match. Sky Sports Extra tomorrow at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. Big thank you to Neil Warnock. Appreciate that, Neil, very much. Thank you for your company this evening. And, well, really, with a name like Gavin...